Criminals love to gamble on quick rewards, but they rarely calculate every risk. What follows is another series of choices where confidence quietly outruns common sense. These guys saw $750,000 worth of jewelry and thought they had won the lottery. Every necklace, ring, and bracelet they grabbed will be far harder to unload than it was to steal. That's the part criminals never seem to think about. People collect loyalty points. These two just keep collecting appearances on police bulletins. Not exactly the rewards program anyone wants.
Where the money at? Where you guys back here? Where you guys back here? In the restroom. Come back here now. Come on.
They walked into a place called Spin to Win, hoping to hit the jackpot with a robbery. Instead, they ended up playing the one game nobody wants to win, seeing how fast an armed robbery turns into an arrest. 20 people, smashed display cases, and an entire jewelry store turned upside down. That's a lot of teamwork wasted on something that never creates real success. Only bigger investigations and bigger consequences. Broke into a store before sunrise to steal a laptop, a cell phone, and thousands of dollars in cash. It was a busy morning. Too bad all that effort wasn't spent building their own future instead of stealing someone else's. They smashed their way into a smoke shop and sped off in a dark Nissan Altima. That's a lot of destruction for a getaway that probably lasted longer than the payoff. They wanted a new wardrobe without paying for it. In the end, the most expensive outfit they might end up wearing is a prison uniform. This was no longer just petty theft. They were practically trying to relocate the store's entire inventory of valuables. An ATM, cash, merchandise, and a getaway vehicle, made for a busy night. But unfortunately for them, big mistakes often come with a prison sentence. 10 minutes inside a repair shop, stealing tools, electronics, and then driving away in the owner's pickup. That's not a quick smash and grab. That's someone treating another person's business like a free shopping trip. They thought the jewelry store was having a flash sale, except actual customers don't bring hammers and sprint out with the inventory. Most people visit a motorcycle shop to admire the bikes or make a purchase. These guys allegedly showed up with a completely different business plan: breaking glass, taking 6 bikes, and turning a quiet night into a police investigation. The robbery probably lasted only a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, that's all it takes to leave lasting damage for the people who were simply trying to earn an honest paycheck. A sledgehammer, a giant laundry bag, and 15 luxury handbags worth thousands. This wasn't shopping. It was a smash and grab with a $37,500 price tag. Easy money always comes with the hardest consequences. Convenience stores are called convenient for customers, not for robbers. Every extra robbery only adds another victim, another witness, and another reason for police to keep chasing you. They stole lottery tickets hoping luck would finally be on their side. The irony is that the only winning numbers they ended up collecting were case numbers. Breaking into a locked garage to steal a slingshot sounds like a bold plan, until you realize one of the most recognizable vehicles on the road isn't exactly easy to hide. Six suspects arrived in 2 vehicles, broke a store window with a rock, and rushed inside to grab merchandise. That's a lot of planning for a few stolen items. In the end, the broken glass, damaged property, and investigation usually cost far more than anything they took. A phone store is supposed to be a place for upgrades and new devices, not a place for a robbery. The suspect may have walked out with cash, but he also left behind a serious investigation. They crawled through a hole barely big enough for a person, then somehow came back out carrying half the store. That's a lot of effort just to avoid paying. Stealing packages off someone's porch must seem like easy money, until you realize you're gambling on mystery boxes. Imagine risking a criminal record and ending up with dog food, paper towels, or socks. That's a terrible return on investment.
Come on, put it down. Put it down right now. Put it down. Put it down. 2-7, I'm in gunpoint. Put it down.
He turned a shopping trip to Cabela's into a robbery and assault, but it didn't end with a successful getaway. Instead, it ended with handcuffs and criminal charges. She came in for dinner, but turned a routine purchase into a failed robbery, leaving without the money she was after. That certainly wasn't the combo she was expecting. He checked the store first, then returned with friends and a getaway vehicle. They broke the front door, stole property, and drove off. A lot of planning went into something that probably won't end well. The thief thought he had the perfect trick: take the glasses, hide them in his jacket pocket as if nothing happened. People might miss that moment, but cameras never blink. A $40,000 sneaker haul might sound like a jackpot, but breaking into a store leaves behind more than broken glass. Every stolen item adds more evidence to the case. Five people, one car, and a $10,000 clothing haul nobody paid for. That's not a shopping trip. That's the world's worst fashion delivery service. The two suspects appeared with the thought that they were carrying out a way to make money. The only problem is that crime does not come with a salary. It comes with a bigger bill in the form of a prison sentence. Stealing a $5,000 paint sprayer from the back of a pickup probably sounded like a quick payday. The problem with expensive tools is they usually come with owners who notice they're missing almost immediately.
Sunday, surveillance video shared with KHOU 11 shows the suspect slamming plexiglass before sending it flying through the remaining glass window.
Burglars probably saw one easy target. They never stopped to think that every break-in pushed another family-owned business one step closer to shutting its doors forever.
And it finally stops.
Pretending to shop before pulling a gun probably sounded like a clever plan. The sad part is that a few dollars taken from a cash register can never outweigh the trauma left behind for the clerk who has to relive those terrifying moments long after the robber is gone. Santa keeps a naughty list. Police keep evidence. Either way, stealing packages off someone's porch is a terrible way to end up remembered. He ran out with nearly $1,000 worth of merchandise like he just won a shopping spree. The only problem? Every unpaid item comes with a receipt eventually. It's just delivered by detectives instead of a cashier. Breaking into someone else's home is not just about stealing property. It also steals their sense of safety. Replacing stolen property is easy, but getting back the peace of mind in your own home is much harder. Walking into a Gucci store empty-handed and running out with 23 handbags isn't shopping. It's a sprint toward criminal charges. Leaving the store quickly doesn't erase expensive mistakes. Walking into a bank and asking for cash might be the worst business plan imaginable. Money comes and goes, but once freedom is gone after getting caught, that's a price no one wants to pay. The suspect thought he was just one step away from getting the cash, but the locked cashier's room had a different plan. Instead of walking away with money, he walked away with a failed robbery. He walked in thinking he had an easy robbery. Grabbed the cash drawer, and then everything changed when the employee fought back. Suddenly, the quick payday turned into a panic escape. A gas station is supposed to be a quick stop for fuel and snacks, not a place where a group tries to run their own crime operation. 4 people working together should be building something better, not creating bigger problems. Walking into a store with a knife and demanding money is not a business plan. It's a fast track to bigger problems. Stealing lawn equipment won't make the grass greener. It just makes the list of charges a whole lot longer. Walking out with an armful of purses isn't shopping. It's just turning someone else's inventory into your own problem. The security tags came off, but the consequences usually don't. They disabled cameras, cut locks, smashed glass, and carried garbage bags inside, all for about $8,000 worth of cigarettes. That's an awful lot of planning for something that literally goes up in smoke. Coffee, donuts, and a cash register should never be part of the same crime scene. The employees came to work, not to face someone looking for quick money. An Epiphone Les Paul isn't exactly something you can slip into your pocket. Running out of a guitar shop carrying one is a pretty bold way to announce you're not planning to pay. One man played lookout while the other pointed a gun over a cash register for money and cigarettes. That's a lot of planning for a payoff that still depends on stealing someone else's property instead of earning your own. The clerk's job was simply to refuse a sale he believed wasn't safe. Instead of walking away, the suspect decided to throw a tantrum that caused thousands in damage. They smashed their way into a luxury jewelry store, hoping to leave with high-end watches. But crimes like this don't just cost merchandise. They leave employees cleaning up shattered glass, business owners paying for repairs, and investigators working overtime until someone is held responsible. He walked in pretending to be a customer, then came back and grabbed cartons of cigarettes instead. Funny how some people spend more time planning a theft than figuring out an honest way to pay for what they want. Stealing rings together isn't exactly the romantic story most couples dream about. It's amazing how some people confuse partners in life with partners in crime. He treated the bank counter like a hurdle in a race. The problem is, this race doesn't end with a medal. It usually ends with a criminal record. Each case is a reminder that every decision leaves a mark, whether intended or not. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Overconfidence has a remarkable talent for writing its own ending.